Hello.
Hello,
How are you?
Ritika. Hello, Florian. I'm happy to see you. I'm very excited today to share your story because it's totally different experience. So today I'm hosting Ritika and her husband Florian, and we are going to talk about many things about Germany, about India, and about relationships in German families. And first of all, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself. Where are you from? What do you do? So that our listeners
Yeah,
know you a
sure.
little bit
So,
better.
hi, I'm Ritika. I'm originally from India, but from past almost 5.5 years, I'm living in Germany. And yes,
I'm Florian. I'm 32 years old, living and brought up in Lower Bavaria, which is near Munich, and living since my whole life here in Bavaria.
Yeah, that's a nice place. I went to Munich a few times. It's a very beautiful city, beautiful nature. I would say that Germany in general is a very beautiful country. A lot
I
of
like
things to
Munich as
see.
well.
Yeah, it's a nice place. I hope we
Yeah,
will come
that would be
again. Yeah, and
nice
we can
that
meet you
we could
guys.
meet. Actually, in April, we were in Netherlands, in Amsterdam and Utrecht. So it would have been nice if we had connected then.
Oh, that's a pity we didn't know each other then,
Yeah,
but you are very
definitely.
welcome to come again.
Definitely.
And of course, the most popular question, which many people probably ask you a million of times, how did you guys meet each other? Germany and India.
Okay, so you want to tell or I should tell?
You can tell.
Okay. So yeah, like back in 2017, I came to Germany for study, and I ended up in a very small town called Pfarrkirchen because my university is in Pfarrkirchen. And this university is basically a newly built university, and I chose to study in this university because it teaches in English. And this small town has only like few bars, like two bars maybe. Now there are many, but three or four restaurants. And yeah, one fine night I went to a bar, evening I would say, with my friends, and there I met him. He approached me and we started talking, we started texting each other, and then eventually we started going on dates. And I think, yeah, that's all what happened.
Wow, that's really romantic, I would say. And did you ever think before you met your husband that you would be in a relationship with a foreigner? Because being an Indian girl, it's not easy sometimes to even to marry someone from a different caste in your own country, but to marry someone from a
Honestly, like
different
when I
culture.
came to Germany, my sole purpose was to study. And I was not even thinking that I want to stay here in Germany forever. And actually, yeah, I never thought that I would meet a foreigner, a German, and I will get married to a German. And yeah, so yeah, it is like this. I never expected that.
But were you interested in German culture? Did you know like something about this country
Yeah,
before you
definitely.
met
Actually,
each
that
other?
was the reason why I came to Germany. So back in India, I was studying German studies. So I learned the language already in India, and I was learning more about the history, culture, literature, everything. So that's why, like, I was already interested in Germany, and I think I visited first time to Germany in 2014, and I just always wanted to come back here because of the German culture. I wanted to see more, I wanted to explore more. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, I was already interested in German culture, language, literature, everything. It was a
So it
destiny
was a
to meet
destiny.
someone, yes.
Yes, and may I ask you how fast did you understand that he is the
Actually,
one? Which quality your husband
I
impressed you
think,
the
yeah,
most?
like actually it took me longer, but I think he made sure to stick around and make me realize that, yeah, I'm the one, hey, I'm the one. So it took it took quite long for me, but for him it was easy.
Yeah,
May I ask you the
I
same
already
question,
like
Florian? So
I knew it and think of our third meeting. I knew it already. Yeah, I'm like, and then I was really trying hard to impress her, to show her everything, and also my love, and like, yeah, and I'm so happy about it. So it worked out actually.
Yeah, it worked out.
And but yeah, I know it quite early. Yeah.
so it was
For him.
tough job to impress Ritika.
For him, yeah.
Yes, but did you know something about India, about
Not
Indian
really.
culture? So,
Like,
or it was,
I basically didn't know anything about the Indian culture or anything. But like when I got to know her, I was more interested. I was reading different stuff so that I'm aware, because I didn't want to do anything wrong. Because it's if you have like such a huge difference in the culture, you have to be careful if you're doing like, because maybe if I'm doing something which is not on purpose, but it's going to upset her or something. So I was reading about all these different kinds of differences, and trying not to do something wrong. But it's very like Indian culture is so rich and like beautiful, and also so different to the German culture, or I would say Western European culture. And like for me, it's so nice to find out all these nice and new things for me. And I still don't know everything, I would say. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, so
exactly.
you're
Yeah.
still learning.
But I would say I am open-minded, so he didn't have to struggle that much. So
Yes, of course. If you would be a girl from a very traditional family, I don't think you would be in a relationship with someone
yeah,
from a
exactly.
totally
And I
different
remember
culture.
that the only thing he knew about India was Ganesha, because he used to Ganesha, right?
Yeah, it was Ganesha. Yeah.
Ganesha, because he used to watch Simpsons. And he mentioned this in our first date. He was like, "Oh, do you watch Simpsons? I know Ganesha," and I'm like, "Okay." Yeah.
That's nice. And Ritika, I would like to ask you, I think it's an important question, as I said, that sometimes it's not very easy for an Indian guy who wants to marry a foreigner to convince the family. But I think for the girl, it can be even more challenging, more difficult. What was the reaction of your family when you told them that you are in love with someone from a totally different culture and you're going to marry?
Yeah,
So
like I
how
have
did
to
they
say that
react?
I'm really blessed to be born in such a family who is also really open-minded. But I would say they got to know in 2022. And when I think June, July, like this was the month that they got to know, and the first reaction was like they want to get us married instantly. So we were like, yeah. So they were like,
Wow.
okay, whenever you're visiting next to India, you have to get married. We have to start with our ceremonies. I told this to Flo, and Flo kind of freaked out. He was like, what? What? Like, it was hard to process. He was like, what's happening? We just yesterday talked that, okay, in 2 years we will get married. And today you're saying we have to get married in the next 4 or 5 months. But like I tried to make my family understand that he's also German. I'm not the only one getting married. He's also getting married, so we have to understand his culture. Our culture is rich anyway. And yeah, they waited. Then yeah, it was like this. Then I think we visited India in no, actually this all happened in 2021, and in 2022 we visited India. Yeah.
In the beginning, yes.
Yeah, in the beginning, like around March, we visited, and in April, we had this little ceremony of my family knowing Flo, and yeah, like it was nice. Unfortunately, his family was not there. They got the chance to meet my family only on the wedding, which was this year in January. but
Yes.
it was nice that my family met him. They loved him, so I am really happy that everybody was welcoming for him, and yeah, it was really nice. Thank God I didn't have any problems.
Yes, it was a happy ending because I know some couples, like I knew some Indian girls who actually got married to foreigners, but the family was not happy, especially not parents, but especially other distant relatives. They didn't ever know that they got married, so they had to hide it because
Yeah,
they would
yeah,
never
I
accept
think
that.
you
And it's,
shouldn't care about what the relatives are saying. As far as your family is fine with it, you should be fine with it. Yeah, rest doesn't matter.
yes,
Yeah, I know, I
yeah, but
know.
not
Like,
for
I
everyone, I
know it
guess.
matters a lot, but yeah,
And
yes.
you know, Indian society, it really matters a lot. What
Yeah,
the
yeah,
neighbor
it's a
will
huge
say, what
culture,
they will
yeah.
think. Yes, this is a very big difference between
Definitely.
Western culture and
Definitely.
Indian
That's
culture.
the difference, biggest difference. That's why, like, you have to train your brain that do not care about others. Then you have to also train your family, do not care about others. If you feel happy with your partner, whoever he might be or she might be, from whichever culture, religion, it should be fine. In the end, you should be happy.
Yes, exactly. That's the most important thing. And what about your
So,
family,
so
Florian? What was
they
their
knew
reaction?
Ritika already, like we met them and everything, but um, when I told them that we're going to get married, they were still fine. But I think there was some skeptic when I told them, but we are going to do it in India, like because uh, they have never experienced something like this, and I told them, like, they only know those Bollywood big wedding ceremonies, and I told them, yeah, it will be exactly the
Yes,
same. So they were a little bit skeptical in the beginning, but in the end, like because we had preparation times for about 8 or 9 months, I think. So they get used to it. They were getting excited, and then they went to India, and they loved it so much. Also the wedding and everything. So they all want to go back to India as well. So like they liked it so much in India also, and I'm so happy about it that like they also loved it like the same I did when I was there the 2 times. So I'm really happy that they actually want to go back to India again, and they enjoyed the wedding because for them it was completely new. Everything was new. They they were just standing around, clicking pictures, enjoying it, like because when do you get the chance to experience something like this? So it was actually very nice.
yes, it's
Yeah.
a very unique experience, I would say. Yes. So you had a big fat Indian wedding like for 3 days, or it was like a shorter version because I know for some foreigners they prefer it shorter. It's kind of very tiring, very difficult,
Yeah, we had like
I would
two
say.
days
2 days, yeah.
ceremony. It was not a 3 day ceremony, but it was a 2 day ceremony. But it was the best ceremony ever. It was really nice.
Yes, I can imagine that you probably were very worried, very nervous because even I know that even some Indians they
Yeah.
don't know all the rituals which
Yeah.
should be done during the wedding. I think,
Yeah, it was the same with us.
and
Like my family or my all the elders in my family, they were, telling me that okay, you have to do now this, that, and then I had to also translate him that okay, now you have to do this, that, and then yeah. But yeah, we had great help from our
Yeah.
family, so it was good. It was good. They took good care of us, and we were able to enjoy our wedding.
no, and I would say that Punjabi
Yeah.
weddings they're the best, really. They're so beautiful. I didn't have, unfortunately, any wedding in India, but we went a few years ago. We went to attend
Oh,
Punjabi wedding to Canada, and
a
I
lot
will
of
remember
dancing.
that forever. I think I never think like that. So I never danced so much in my life, I would say. It was a lot of fun, really. I would like to experience it again. Maybe
Yeah,
if someone
definitely.
gets
You
married.
have to. This time in
Some
India, because
relative.
it's really awesome. Like the best experiences that Flo has is
Yes.
of sitting on the horse.
Yeah,
Oh
like
yes, that's the best. How did you feel?
like when you're sitting there, it's some kind of surreal because like you never imagined yourself doing this kind of things, but sitting there and dancing a little bit and just enjoying it, and people around you are dancing, there's drums are playing, and everyone is happy, and it was just nice to see those things, and you just get automatically so happy that everyone is enjoying and having a good time. So it was so great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably felt yourself
kind
like
of
a
kind of
king. Yes.
King on his way to take the queen home.
Yes, yes. That's really great. So, I would like to ask you, Florian, when you arrived to India for the first time, what was your impression about this
Yeah.
country? Because you didn't know much about India, you were not really into
So
Indian culture.
what I
So,
remember first time when
how was
when you land in Delhi, like when you exit the airplane, they have a carpet in the airport, and
yes,
and then you go inside, and there is already like it's smelling different. Like there is everything different. And then I remember we went outside, and then there were the dogs laying around, and I was like, are they dead? Because they didn't, And then she was like, no, they're just sleeping. So, and I was like, and then you have this air pollution. We arrived somehow after midnight,
Yeah.
but there was still like this air pollution and everything. So this was like, and so new for me. And then it was, even though it was after midnight, it was so busy. Everything was so loud. Everyone was honking. So it was like, for me, like, overwhelming, kind of. So we went then
yes.
to drop me to the Airbnb, and then I realized, like, listen, you're now somewhere completely else. Like everything is so different, uh, compared to here. And for me, it took actually 1 or 2 days to get also used to everything. To
So you were more shocked when you just saw so many people on the streets even during the night, and it's like, of course, when
Yeah,
you see also
yeah,
homeless
and
people
also the
everywhere, and
traffic when you like experience first time this massive traffic, but you don't see any accident. So which is also kind of nice, because if it looks like it's working out. But for me, it was so nice to see that, here it's working out. So well, it's not wrong. So those were those things which was in the beginning very impressive for me. And I also was like, okay, I need to, get get the feeling also, because the Indians are usually not that punctual. So
oh yes, yes, that's what I wanted to ask you. Being a German, and
yeah,
Germans are
yeah.
not
So
famous
if
to be
you're
very, and Indians
if,
are
if,
opposite.
if this was also new for me, so the first few days I experienced a lot of waiting time, but after some certain times you get used to it. You adapt to those
Not being punctual.
not being punctual, actually, yeah, which is quite hard for me because I'm a German. But I'm then it's like, okay, I will be late, no one is caring, everyone else is late as well, so all is good. So yeah, that was some nice things.
But how long did you
First time we
stay in
stayed
India?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. And also last time when we stayed, we also stayed 3 weeks.
And how was your experience
That's
meeting my
great.
family?
And
Oh, meeting, this was so nice because I was, yes,
you were probably very
yes,
nervous, I would imagine, because when I went to meet my parents-in-law in India, I was like, I was shivering. I couldn't actually. I was so nervous, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't calm down. And my husband was telling me, "Okay, it's fine. We are married already." Because I met them actually after we got married. So and I said, "No, but it's like probably I watched too many Indian movies, all this drama." But everything of course was perfect, but still it's a very boring moment, I would say.
It was nervous.
Yeah, I
You were
was like
nervous. He was
so
very nervous.
nervous, and because I didn't know how they will react to me, and I also didn't do anything wrong, how to behave, how to greet, how to do everything, but I think it took 5 or 10 minutes, and then everything was fine, right? Like, even though there was a little bit of a language barrier, like everything was fine. Like, they were so welcoming, like this heart welcoming, which you experience, because here in Germany everything is a little bit colder, little bit more in defense, but they were so heartwarming, welcoming, and like I felt home after 10 minutes. I really felt like I'm a part of them, and it was so nice. And
Wow.
I think after 3 weeks when we left, it was me who was the one who didn't want to go back, actually.
That's really great. Yes, that your family, Ritika, accepted your choice. They didn't create any trouble, nothing at all.
Yeah, that's
Welcomed
why.
your husband, like he was also
That's why
part
I
of your
say, like, I
family.
am
Yes,
blessed that they are really welcoming, and they think
yes,
that their happiness is in my happiness. So when I'm happy, they are happy. So that's nice. It should be,
yeah.
yeah.
That's how it should be. That's I'm kind of shocked to hear all these stories that the parents are really create a lot of troubles and they don't let two people to be together. I'm not talking about foreigners. I'm even talking about like it can be two Indians but different castes. All these stories.
Yeah.
It's really sad, like that people care about things. What is most important for every parent to see their kids happy, I think.
I think it's also about the society in India, because there are so many societies. There is still some caste system existing. So yeah, they just do it also for the society, that oh, you will be marrying someone who doesn't belong to our religion, our culture. So yeah, like, I can understand them, but it shouldn't be like that.
Yes, exactly. So they probably also think, they worry that, okay, how they will live together, that he doesn't know her culture, she doesn't know his culture, so maybe they will divorce very fast. So all these thoughts, of course, they come to their mind. Yeah, I can understand. I think all parents want to see their child with someone from their own country. Yeah, I would imagine easier, yeah, but it can happen, and there are so many happy examples, and it's really great to see all these couples. When I feature different couples, I just sometimes I read their stories and I can't believe that it's possible. Like, how did they meet? How did they fall in love? It's like a fairy tale.
Actually, someone also contacted us because of this, that he belongs to a different caste and she belongs to a higher caste, but her family doesn't want that she's getting married to him, and like, how, like, I have no clue how can I help such people, like, I would like to have some knowledge about how to do this, and it would be nice if I can help someone. And maybe this could be an example that these things are possible. Marrying in intercultural religions, relationships, it's possible.
Yes, of course. I also got a few messages, I think, like this, and it's actually even more difficult situation, because it was something like a guy from India and a girl from Pakistan, and they really want together, and how difficult it is for them. It's actually almost impossible, as I understood.
I know.
But it is said, I wish I could help. Maybe I should open an agency and try to convince all the
no idea how to do this. Maybe some knowledge need to be spread. Some, I don't know.
Yes. but we should show our happy examples. Maybe world will change, people will change, they will realize
Definitely,
that
everything is
everything is
possible.
possible.
The
If
world
people
is changing. Everything is changing. Everything is
yeah.
possible.
Yes, and what do you like the most about India, Florian? So you
Yeah,
went
so
already a few times, so
there are many
everything
things like this.
about India.
The people, first of all, the people. Everyone was so nice and so welcoming and helpful. I've never experienced anything like this when I went somewhere in the world, like how helpful and you know, welcoming they are. Like they are treating you as one of you instantly, and they mean it like this. So it was really nice, and also this rich culture. We went to Taj Mahal, we went to different temples. It's just amazing to see those things. And then also there is the food, which is also for me one of the favorite, because I love just Indian food. You know, there is like in every corner you can get something nice and different, and like it's also so flavorful, because here in Germany we only have salt and pepper basically, which we
Yes, exactly. Same in Russia.
in
A
a lot
lot
of
of
And a lot
potatoes,
of
potatoes.
yeah.
potatoes.
So basically, but like, and when you try those food in India, it's like so rich on flavor. It's so different, and like it's so nice. I remember the first few times I couldn't just stop eating, you know, because I was like, just like, oh, I have to try this, I have to try that, oh, I have to also try this and this, and I have to eat everything, and everything is so good, so I want to have more. So it's like, you know, but it's like India in general, like you know, it's just such a nice country, and
But it was
it was
spicy
some,
for
from
you?
time to time it was a little bit spicy, but I'm getting used to it, trying to eat more spicier. Um, but I'm trying to eat less spicier there. Also with some yogurt. I'm usually also having always a yogurt with it. So it's you know, I can mix it a little bit, so it's not that spicy for me, so that I can actually eat more. Yeah.
Yes, we will definitely talk about food more because it's also important topic. But let's talk about negative points. Was there something what was maybe shocking or you couldn't understand, or maybe I don't know?
There was this, you know, poor people you can see, like also this kind of areas also in Delhi, where you can see it basically, um, and which makes me a little bit sad, um, to see
Yeah.
so many people also, and but also like there, I remember that. I was a little bit scared, for example, to go outside alone myself in the beginning, because you don't know how people will react in the neighborhood I was living in, to see a foreigner actually. But I realized that the part where we were staying the whole time, I remember that it was fine. No one cared actually about it. But when we went to Old Delhi, for example, you could see like people were staring at you. People were like, you know, taking pictures with you. I mean, which is nice, you know,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
very nice. But on the other hand, when you go somewhere and a lot of people are staring you, you're not feeling very comfortable, because you don't know,
Yeah, oh,
are they staring at you because you look different, or are they staring at you because they wanna, you know, steal something or grab something. So, but overall, I did not have any bad experience in India, because everyone was so helpful. So I wouldn't say there are many cons about India.
yeah. And what about Indian traffic? I'm still not get used to it. I feel so scared when I have to cross the road. I just hold my husband. Okay, oh, you can go.
Yeah,
Let's run.
actually, that's actually like some kind of you know. I'm always trying to cross the road when there is too much traffic, so no one is able to drive So
On you.
on you basically.
That's the strategy.
But also with those safety measures, like you see a lot of bikers who are driving there around. No one is wearing a helmet. And I'm sometimes like wondering, like, is there nothing happening? And also with the auto, we went for some auto rides, and I'm just like holding myself there, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? So it was kind of
no speed limit.
No speed limit, yeah, because no one is basically caring about anything. And then when you go a road which is supposed to go like this, you just experience people are driving also like this. So it's
this is India.
That's India, yeah. But the thing is, I like it. I like it this way because it's just a different way of life.
You don't have to follow rules.
You don't have to follow rules. And for me, as in Germany, we have a lot of rules. It's also nice to loosen up, not to follow that much rules. So it was so new for me. And also the honking. I had the feeling that the person who is honking the loudest is allowed to go. Which basically, but yeah, that's what was my feeling. The person who has the loudest honk is the king on the road, basically. I don't know if it's true, but
yeah, it can. No, but when you see like the whole family sitting on the motorbike, like little, I feel really scared if they fall, if they, like, I don't know. And there are a lot of actually accidents in India. I think almost in every family someone died in an accident. That's actually really sad, really scary. And that's why I always look at them and I just think how they're all little kids just to sit like this.
Protection,
it's kind of without any protection.
Yeah, that's actually.
So I think they should really implement some rules for that.
This is
because
not nice. They should follow more rules. But like in India, we say rules are meant to be broken. There are rules, but they're breaking it, so.
Yes, you probably, Ritika, you probably went to Chandigarh, and there is everything. There is traffic
in
lights.
Chandigarh, I think it's really nice. Very nice. Everything. It's well maintained and well followed rules. It is.
Yes, so of course it's possible. If they do something like this in one city, why not to do the same in other cities? Yes, and of course Delhi is too big, and it's also kind of different, I would say. Some areas are very nice and like very clean, but some areas are really are not safe, I would say. And sometimes I don't feel comfortable in some areas, especially when people just keep staring at you all the time. I just feel like using some bad words in Hindi, if it might help to stop them from staring at you.
That would help.
Yes, probably not. Yes, I don't help. Yeah, no, it's the best way to ignore them. Of course, that's
just ignore.
But sometimes it can be very.
Yeah.
Yes. I would like to ask you, Ritika, so now you are living in Germany already for some time, and what was actually your first experience about this country when you just arrived to Germany, when you were new, you didn't know much? Okay, you already probably learned some language, you knew a little bit about the culture, about the country, but still, what was your
first impression was that Germany is too cold for me. It was actually really cold. I arrived here in November, and it was really cold for me.
Oh, yeah.
And so I came here in Lower Bavaria, so they have a really strong dialect. So I can say in that matter that I also had some language barriers, but slowly and steadily I got used to it because I was listening it more, and so and about people, like, because I ended up in a very small town, so there were not many people, and it was quite funny that in India, if you see that there are no people in one street, then you probably try to take another street where there are more people for safety reasons. Here it's different. When you see a person going by, I'm scared. Oh my god, there is one person here. Oh my god, this is scary. But yeah, like this is something that was my first impression about Germany.
Yes, of course, Germany is very different, and you will never see so many people like in India. And when I arrived to Brussels for the first time after we got married, I felt, and it's a capital actually, it's not a small town. I felt after Moscow, I felt that I'm in a small village. Like there is no one. After 6 o'clock, I don't see any people. So what's wrong?
Yeah.
I am not used
Yeah,
to it.
like also in
So
India,
it was
like you can find shops open until 11, until 12. You can just go outside and buy if you forget something. As Indians are not that much of a planner or, punctual. But here everything closes by 8, and if you miss going to the supermarket or somewhere, then yeah, better luck next day. Yeah.
shops are closed on
Yeah.
Sundays. I could never accept this fact. And what it is, why can't I go to the shop? Because in Russia, many
Yes.
shops are open 24 hours. I can go to a big shop or shopping centers just anytime if I need to buy something. But in Brussels, it was different. Like Sunday, there was nothing. Like even big shops were closed. I said, come on! And if I don't have any other time to go
Exactly. Yeah,
shopping,
like
so
only
what to
on the
do?
weekend, maybe Sunday. Saturday is open, but yeah, Sunday is also one day. But I think this is how European countries maintain their work-life balance.
No, luckily in the Netherlands, everything is
The
open on
Netherlands is
Sundays. So
open
this is one good
on
thing at
Sundays.
least. Yes,
Oh, that's
yes,
nice. That's
yes.
nice to hear. Oh,
I don't know, maybe not in all cities,
Amsterdam,
but
it's
at
open.
least in Amsterdam, I think in a small town, let's say, but not so far from Amsterdam, but
Oh,
all
that's
shops,
nice because
everything
it's a
is open.
touristic
So
area as well. A lot of tourists are going there.
uh,
No.
not our city, it's not touristic at all. Actually, there is actually nothing to see because it's a very new
Oh,
city, newly built. So the only good things what we have is like we have very good parks, a lot of nature.
oh,
So
that's
if you
nice.
are nature lover, yeah, there is something. But if you really want to see some historical places or
That's
monuments,
nice.
there is nothing
That's
at all.
nice. I didn't know that for Amsterdam.
Yes. So from that point
It's
of view,
nice.
it's a big
Yeah.
plus for me at least.
Yeah. So we will see. But I'm getting used to it. I'm already here for 5 years. And yeah, I'm always planning also like, okay, today is Saturday, then go quickly. Like, for example, today is a public holiday. So we had to get our groceries already yesterday. So yeah, if we do not have
Yeah.
any groceries, then yeah, we go to the restaurants. Thankfully, restaurants are open. So yeah,
Oh,
at least
yes.
that.
At least. And like you are also a girl from a big city, so was it really difficult for you to adjust to a small town because you arrived to a very little place? I would imagine yes, because it was like this for me. I wasn't in a small town, but I really felt like
Yes.
something is wrong. I miss people. There is no one.
Yeah,
Like
I
what's
definitely miss
happening?
big cities. Like I am living here, but I think what makes a city more homely and more nice are friends. If you have friends in a city, then it's good. But if you do not have friends, if like you really need, I am a person who really needs social life. So if because I'm also extrovert, I like to go out and everything, and I like to experience more places around. But here it's a really small town, like it's actually really small and in the middle of nowhere with not good connection. So it was quite hard for me in the beginning, but as I met Flo, it got a little comfortable. But I would say that I still miss Indian, I'm saying. I still, yeah, definitely India as well, but I miss bigger cities a lot. And yeah,
Yeah.
soon we are planning to move to a bigger city as well.
Yeah, I think it's easier. But
Yeah,
when you have kids, like according to my
small
experience,
city.
it's better
Yeah,
to
like
live in a smaller
I've
place.
also heard.
Now I can't I can't imagine myself living
Oh,
in a big city. Even
really?
Amsterdam, I won't like to live there, really. It's too crowded for me. It's very
Yeah,
touristic and it's not safe.
definitely.
One thing for sure. And here at least it's much more safe, and especially I shouldn't worry about my kids so much. Okay, but if they're safe, if they will arrive fine or something going to happen. So
Then it
I
would be
think when you have
different.
kids,
Maybe
your
we change
priority
our
will be
opinions
different.
then. Or I change my opinion then because he is still a small city boy.
Yes, yes. And my husband
Oh,
as
that's
well. He doesn't
nice.
like big cities. So yes, he wouldn't able to live like even in India. For him, Delhi is like huge. Like even in Punjab, some
Yeah,
cities like Ludhiana, for example, it's huge. It's like, and it's so polluted. What is bad actually about all big
it's too
Indian cities?
polluted.
I would
Yeah,
say they are too polluted, and like you can't even breathe. I don't know. I
same.
always get some cough, some strange cough because I don't understand. It's like very hazy all the time, and it's like, and it's actually
Yeah,
all the rivers are
yeah, it
polluted,
is
and
nice.
it's sad. Like people are getting a lot of bad disease nowadays, and it's all because of pollution. Of course, in
Yes.
Germany you can breathe fresh air, and in small
Yeah,
places
like back in
it's really
India, I
amazing.
used to always have coughing when I was living in India. I also had asthma, but here everything is cured. I'm not coughing that much. I do not have asthma anymore. So it's nice. Nice to breathe in
Yes,
fresh air.
yes. This, yeah. I also knew some woman, and she always suffered from asthma when she used to live in Moscow. But when she moved to Augsburg, it's also not so far from Munich, all
Yeah,
her problems
like
were solved immediately. So the air is so fresh and so
yeah, I
nice,
can see
and
the
it's totally
difference now.
different.
So yeah.
But what are the main, let's say, pros and cons according to you about Germany? If you talk
Okay,
about Germany,
so
let's start with good things.
I
What do
think
you
I
love
love
about
that.
this country?
Oh, first of all, I would say I love my husband because he's from this country.
That's
Secondly, I like
important.
beer.
Why you are there?
Yeah. Secondly, I like beer, German beer, a lot. And let's come to the social part. I think that the people here are also really nice. It is a little controversial because the people are really they are considered rude, but I would say that they are just direct, and they really care about other person, that they improve in their life or they love them so much that they just want to address the problem, that this is the problem and maybe you can improve it to have a better relationship. So this is my own belief that, you know so I would say that this thing can be considered both positive and negative about Germany, because a lot of people also experience that the German people are rude. Then the second one, I would say the nature. It's so pretty over here. You can just go. It's everything is reachable by foot. You can walk everywhere. Unlike India, you have to take either auto rickshaw or the normal rickshaw or Uber. You have to take to reach somewhere. Here, you can just walk and get somewhere without getting tired. Yeah, and I would say that it's also, I feel safe here because people here are not making you feel unsafe, and it's very safe here because of the political reasons as well. And also, I would say, like, economically, it's also really safe because I feel safe that I am financially secured over here. So these are the positives. And when it comes to negatives, there are, I mean, I would say one of the negatives that I would like to highlight is the language. It's really hard. I am learning it since more than 5 6 years, but still I am not the best at it. Like, I'm not good at it. I do not like to communicate in German that much because I feel I'm not really expressive in German. I prefer talking in English because I can express myself, and yeah. So this is one of the things. Yeah, like, I mean, not everybody can be good at languages, and I have realized it that I'm not good at languages, but anyway, I'm still
Oh, it depends. depends which language I'm learning, because German is indeed is a very difficult language. I can say that because I was learning it myself, and I think I believe that you should. Every person has has or doesn't have a talent
Yes.
for the languages. So some people are very talented that just learn language like that. It's so easy for them, but for some people it takes a lot of years and
A
effort to
language.
learn
Yeah, like
a foreign
for me,
language.
definitely, I'm that person who is not that good at languages. I have to say that. But yeah, about the negatives, what else I can say about the negatives? One thing could also be punctuality. I mean, it's nice. I'm learning with time, but yeah, like Germans like to be before time, which is also not punctual.
Which can relate into some stressful times if you want to be punctual and someone else doesn't want to be punctual.
He's already ready half an hour before the time, and I'm like, but we have to reach there after half an hour. So this is also not being punctual, but anyway, before time, you know. So this is something that I do not like. What else I do not like? Yeah, I would say not many points about not liking.
Yes. No, there is one thing I remember. I was talking to one girl, and she's married to a German guy. So she was telling that it's like Germans like that everything should be on the perfect, like everything should be on the right places. If you just leave your clothes somewhere else, my husband would come and say, "Okay, put it away." It should be
He's not like
everything
that.
should be perfect. Like you can leave your cup like at the wrong place. It should be only here. So for you, it's kind of a little bit
To be
difficult to
organized.
accept
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Organized. He
Yeah,
is
they're
also
very,
very
very organized.
organized,
Yes.
but when it comes to documents and these things, he's not too particular about household stuff. It's okay. We are just chilling.
So you don't have to put your cup only
Yeah.
here and nowhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everyone is different, but in general, yes,
Um,
Germans are very famous being punctual and being very organized people. I think it's good when it comes to business, for example. Then it's not like in India, like I was working in an Indian company. So if they have a meeting at 2 o'clock, it doesn't mean that meeting will start at 2. And this is not
Actually, this
really
is not
professional.
professional. And in the
It should
company I
start.
am working also, like I am also like experiencing that they are really punctual with their times. Like if the meeting starts at 10, then it starts at 10. And if it's 10:01, then I feel like, oh my god, why are they not starting the meeting yet? So this comes with the culture and the country you're living in. So I am getting used to the punctuality, slowly. But when I'm back to India, then I change it. I change instantly. I'm like, okay, I'm back to my origin. I don't have to be punctual anymore. So
And what about Florian? So it's probably very difficult for you to behave differently, okay? And that we are late.
Well,
Hurry
in the
up,
beginning it was
let's go.
difficult, but now I'm getting more chilled. Just then waiting. So you have to adapt somehow to each other. So I would say we met in the middle, right? So between unpunctual and punctual, we met somewhere in the middle. So sometimes we are punctual, sometimes we are unpunctual. So I think it's fine. Also, our friends can understand now because they went also to India, so they can understand it's German time or Indian time. And it's nice. It's just like you have to understand each other, the difference, and you just have to find a middle way. And I think we did a very good middle way. So
yeah.
Yeah, not all Indians are non-punctual, I would say. Like my husband, I think he's more punctual than me. It's like if he is feeling that we are 1 minute late, he will get nervous and tell me, "Okay, hurry up, we have to go fast, fast." So, and he was always like that. Even when he used to live in India, he was so punctual. Actually, his father as well. So I think maybe it depends, but in general, yes,
But
it's not.
in Delhi, like you're 1 hour late, 2 hours late, and it's all fine. The life is moving the way it should. It's fine. Nobody's complaining that, oh, you're 1 hour late. No, You just say, oh, I just had some work, you know, like that's all. That's all the explanation you need to give. That's all. Yeah.
We get used to it indeed because but like lifestyle in India is also totally different. People are less stressed. They know how to relax. They're not in a hurry. Yes, like
Always in a
here in
hurry.
Europe, it's
Yeah.
like always, yeah, we are all on run. Yes, so it's not easy sometimes. And I think we should learn
Definitely,
from
because
Indians how to relax, how to
definitely
enjoy life. Yes,
it's
okay, we are
like
not in a hurry
I have the
today.
feeling like here in Germany or in Europe, it's like this faster, higher, wider. You know, always more and faster, and like I enjoy it more that you can sit back, relax, be happy what you have, and just enjoy life basically. So I think we can learn a lot from each other, and you
Of course.
know, and if you like, I would say, have from both of us something, it's the perfect, you know.
Yes. You got the
Yeah.
best things from each
Yes.
other cultures. Yes. Or no. Yes. So so you told that like German is a very difficult language for you. So you mainly
Yes, we
speak English
mainly
at
speak.
home. That's why you're not
Exactly.
No.
speaking German. That's the reason. Yeah. Because if you really want to know the language, I
To
think
learn.
you have a great chance.
But
You have
he
a
speaks
native
Bavarian in a
husband.
different dialect.
I know. Yes,
Yeah,
I
like
heard
it's so
that. I know
different.
how
And
it
then I'm
is.
like, no, you're not talking the German that I know, so I want to talk in English. But we always, once a week, we are always deciding, okay, from now on, we will talk in German. I'm like, okay, we will talk in German. But then I have to tell something, and then I'm like, it's not fun to talk in German. Let's switch, and then we will talk in German. But never works out. Yeah, but we have to start talking in German.
And what about Hindi, Florian? Do you understand at least a little bit? Can
Uh,
you say
yeah,
something?
like I can say a little bit like Namaste. मेरा नाम Florian है. आप कैसे हो?
Oh, wow.
So
I'm
a little bit like I can
impressed.
also order food, which is always important if you're somewhere, and also something to drink. And I started taking classes now to learn Hindi actually. So
In no time, he will be fluent.
So one day you will
yeah,
impress us with your
I'm
Hindi
really
skills.
trying it, but it's hard for me to learn. As you already mentioned, I'm not someone who is easy learning language person. So like for me, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and taking those classes makes it also easier for me. But it's still very exhausting because it's like so different. Because my teacher I'm having, he is English speaker, so basically I'm learning it from my second language. Um, so it's like, you know,
Oh,
I have to translate from English to German in my head and then add Hindi somehow. So it's complicated, but
wow.
I'm trying to, you know, when I'm, because in Hindi you're also using a lot of English words, and so I'm trying to
Yes.
mix my English with some Hindi, which is trying to, you know, get to know everything and get used to it. So hopefully in 6 months I can talk more Hindi.
The
Actually.
next time.
But I think the most important thing when you want to
Yeah.
learn any language is motivation. Is you are really motivated, like to learn it. It was the same for me with Hindi. I really wanted to learn Hindi, and I didn't have anything, no
Oh
books, no
wow.
internet at that time, nothing, guys. Because now you have everything. You have wonderful online schools. You have different books, dictionaries. I didn't have anything, but I was so much in love with Indian culture, and I really wanted to understand Indian movies
Wow.
without any subtitles. So I was just learning every day by myself, and I think
I'm
this is
already
the
impressed
most
from your
important
Hindi
thing.
actually. The little bit Hindi that you spoke.
Now, not so great as it used to be because, you know, my husband, he's very proud of his language. And okay, these two languages, they are very similar, Punjabi and Hindi, but still there are difference. And that's why he really wants me to speak Punjabi, not Hindi. Yeah, and I understand Punjabi because if you know Hindi, it helped me a lot to understand Punjabi. So % of conversation I can understand, I can handle, but when it comes to, to the speaking part, yeah, then I'm kind of don't feel very comfortable because I'm a perfectionist. So when I really start speaking, I really need to know language at the best level. Yeah, that's why I tried my best. Actually, my husband also saw a lot of improvement since I started learning Punjabi. So I can, it's with the native speaker.
Yeah,
so of course, it's the best way to. It's actually a very good online school. If you are interested, I can give you their contacts. So they teach all languages, and mostly foreigners are learning their Hindi, Punjabi, Telugu, Tamil, everything, Bangla. Yes, because I believe the best way to learn language, you have to learn with a native speaker. Then he can correct your pronunciation. Everything is important. In Hindi, I think it's very important.
That would be nice.
Yes, of course, I will do that. And one more question for you, Ritika. You mentioned that you really need a social life. So could you find really good friends among locals, or do you still prefer to communicate maybe with Indian community or with expats? I'm sure there are a lot of them in Germany. And of course, a lot of Indians are living in Germany. So could you really find your friend circle,
actually,
let's say?
because I started studying over here, so I found a really nice friend circle, but none of them is from India. One is from Peru, one is from Croatia, one is from Philippines, and many more. But I also made a lot of German friends. I would say that it was possible because we were studying together. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible because, in general, I feel like that, I don't know, Germans are not really comfortable making friends with foreigner, or I have to say that they are not really approachable, when it comes to making friends. So I think the best way to find a friend in Germany who is also a local is by, I don't know, joining some, these, I don't know, sports club or something like this. But, or like, for example, if I'm studying in a university, then it was easier for me because this university was also small. For example, in a bigger city, there are more Indians, and maybe that's why Indians like to talk to Indians because they find them easily. But here, when I came, it was not that easy to, have some Indians around. Now I can see more Indians around, and I also like it, obviously, to talk to Indians, and it's also nice. So, like, as I mentioned, that I'm an extrovert, I like to talk with everybody, and I have friends from everywhere. So yeah, it was hard in the beginning, but it was not that hard for me personally. But I've heard that a lot of people have difficulty finding friends here. But yeah, the best thing is to do is to join some clubs, some groups, and some communities. So it's nice like that.
Yeah, I can say the same about the Netherlands because many people think that Dutch people are very social, they love to talk, and you really get this impression when you arrive to the Netherlands and everyone try to talk to you, everyone say hi on the street. But when it comes to get into friendship, it's not easy at all. If you are, I don't have any, let's say, any Dutch friends, no.
Yeah, like I have two or three, like
And
not
I live.
many friends, but I have two or three German friends. So
No, I have one German friend, but she is, I think, exceptional, exceptional German. I never saw such. She's fantastic, wonderful person.
yeah,
She's so
all of my
friendly,
friends, Germans,
and
are also
it's
like
like,
that. They're exceptional.
because she, we treat each other like we are two sisters because we are the same age. And okay, she's a little bit elder, so she always say me, okay, you're my younger sister. And so, and it's like, we don't communicate so much. We don't see each other often because she lives in Germany, like, so far from Netherlands, let's say. But still, when she always wish me on my birthday, I always wish her on her birthday. So we try to be in touch, but I know if there is something, she would be there for me. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, like,
so, and I really love to communicate with people from different nationalities because you always learn something new, and it's a great thing. And it's sad that not everyone wants to talk to you because you are a foreigner, but okay. it's their problem.
Exactly. But like, yeah, it's okay. I have enough friends. Like, I think that a place is more comfortable when you have more friends, and it shouldn't matter if they are from your country or not. But in general, I would feel that like, as we mentioned before, that Indians are more warm, so it goes the same with the friends. For example, if I meet a stranger in India, they will make me feel more warm, and make me feel that, okay, I am allowed to know about their life, what they're doing. But here I feel that after like a lot of meetings or a lot of talks, it's not instantly that you build a connection. So this is something that is different.
Just takes longer time, like more time. But I have the feeling that after this long time, also the friendship is stronger and deeper. Like, it's not like because you invested also like a lot to have this friendship, and so usually it's then also very strong as well.
Yeah, I can say the same about Russians, and I heard about other nationalities as well. If you really if you really become friends with a Russian person, that means this friendship would be forever. And same about some, I don't know, Scandinavians. I heard the same. So they look cold, but then if they become your friend, then
the best friendship.
That lasts forever. Yes, that's true. Yes. And you mentioned that you are working in Germany. So was it really difficult for you to find a job? Like, being a foreigner, is it difficult to find a job in Germany? I guess it's not even possible if you're not fluent in German, yeah?
Yeah,
And you need language.
I think the first factor that is really important. So I am working as sales and marketing coordinator. And the first factor that matters a lot here is the language. So you really need to know the language to get a job. I think only the fields like IT or engineering are some fields where you do not need any language, but eventually you have to learn. But still, like, for starting a job, you don't need it. So for me, I would say, like, it was really hard. Even though I was living here, I was studying here, it was really hard for me to find a job. But I would say that it's not just me being a foreigner had difficulties finding a job. Even Germans find it difficult to find a job. um, I would say there is always this factor that they maybe want to hire someone who is fluent in German, or who is the native German speaker. Definitely that is the factor also. But these days there are so many international companies as well where they only speak English, and so it was hard. But yeah, but now I have a job and it's quite nice. And also, like, in my job they are usually talking in German, but they know that I am not a native speaker, so they try to be patient with me. I can talk in English, it's fine for them because everybody knows English. They are just more comfortable in German, so this is the thing. And I can definitely understand why. Of course, they're in their own country, and yeah, so it was difficult, but it's not impossible to find a job in Germany.
I think it's easier if you look for a job in a bigger city. Of course, it is easier, but especially when there are a lot of immigrants, let's say, like like Cologne or Frankfurt. I know that there are a lot of Indians working there and they don't ever need any
Exactly.
German. So it's also your profession. Yeah, if you are in
Easily get the
IT, I
job.
think you can
IT,
easily work in
engineering. If you're a nurse, you eventually anyway have to learn German. It's good for you if you want to survive in a country. Then
of course.
yeah, but you can find a job definitely here.
Yes, I think it's very important to learn the language because I know some people they have this attitude, why do I need to learn the language? I have friends from my own country, I can speak English, why do I need to learn something else to make my life more difficult? But I don't agree with that. If you are living in the country, at least you should make an effort. I don't want
Yeah.
to say that you should speak fluently, but
I
at
think it
least
will only
understand
make your
how
life
you are
easier if you know
asked.
the language. It will only make your life easier, I think. So
And also people here in Germany, they appreciate it if you start learning it, basically, like if you can talk a little bit. So they also appreciate it. If you go to the supermarket and you can, have an easy conversation or something like a small talk, it's just nice for them to see. And I think it's just, yeah, like as Ritika already said, it's just easier life for yourself because you can deal with everything. Basically, you don't need anyone who is translating for you. You can go to the government if you have to fill out the formula or something, which is sometimes also everything in German. Like you always need someone, so it's just easier to understand it yourself. So I think it's for me it's also very important to learn the language where you are living, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And in Germany, it's not like Netherlands,
Yeah.
for example. Not everyone speak English. It's different there. So I heard from many girls that where they
I
live,
think they
no one
speak
speak
English,
English.
but
Actually,
they're
I
not
don't.
confident enough to speak English. Yeah.
Like French, they speak English, yeah. But first thing, they don't want to speak English. They don't because of the history, and second, they are not very fluent in English, and they kind of feel not confident. They feel shy, and that's why I was many times I really was in trouble, and I didn't like it. If I come to someone and ask, "Can you please help me? Do you speak English?" and just people say no and go away, then I felt, come on. At least you can try to help me and ask what do I need.
Thank
But
God there
no,
are
okay.
these translators
And
existing
here
now. So
yeah, no, at that time I was like lost completely and I felt so uncomfortable because I didn't know anything in French. It was a totally new language for me and I still I'm not fluent in French. I
that's
can
nice. You're
understand,
good in
but it's
languages.
also
At
very
least you
difficult.
know a lot of languages.
I'm trying. I really love learning languages, but for me, it's important to be motivated. If I don't like language, it will take years and years and years for me to learn it. But if I love it, then yes, it can be fast. That's true. And another question I would like. Okay, let's start with Florian. Let's talk about Indian girls versus German girls. What do you think? What are the main differences between German girls and Indian girls? Of course, you can't talk about all German girls and all Indian girls, but main differences you can say according to you, whom you met, whom you know. And I'm sure
Well,
there are a lot of differences.
I mean, I wouldn't say there are a lot of differences because like there are some,
But
because
some.
the Indian girls are more holding back, like like they're not like that much outgoing. I have the feeling they're more like doubtful about everyone. And when the German girls are usually they're trusting everyone and it's there, and there is also no language barrier, for example. So I think there is some similarity for from both of them, and like also I have the feeling that the Indian girls just want to stay around each other, like in the same culture, in the same hood or something, like that. They're feeling more comfortable about it. Yeah. So.
But I'm an exception.
You're an exception because you're an extrovert, yeah. But I also have the feeling that the Indian girls are more shy and more introvert, except this one here. So I think like yeah, and also a little bit more, you know, yeah, like not this outgoing. I have the feeling, yeah.
Yeah, and I would say for sure Indian, okay, not only Indian girls and Indian guys as well, they're very emotional people, like much more emotional than let's say Westerners. Like it's very easy to make them cry, to hurt them, like one wrong word and something, and it would be big drama. Yes. Yeah, so that's for sure, I can say.
Definitely.
But
We are
girls,
emotional.
yes.
I'm also emotional in that way.
So you should be careful, yes.
Saying something.
Yeah,
and think
that's why
twice
I'm not
before
saying
saying
that much.
So it's better to keep quiet. Yes. Make your wife upset.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes, sorry.
I just wanted to say that it's always good to
yes.
have one introvert and one extrovert in a relationship.
Yes, that's Asian both are the same. So it can be big blast. And what about Germans? I would like to ask you the same question. The main differences according to you. Okay, some would be already similar.
Yeah,
what Florian said,
sure.
but something
Like I would
else.
say that I think I can only compare how he is because I do not have much experience with German guys. But like what I think is, and I've heard about girls talking about German guys is that they are really kind and helpful. So they are really kind from heart. They're really helpful, and they are also kind of emotional. So if they are with you, if they are really in a relationship with you, if they really love you, you will be able to see the emotional side of them. Like at first you can see that they're really tough, they are really strong, they are like really direct, you can see that. But yeah, after you are with them, after you know them better, you will know that they are also very emotional, they are also very sensitive. So this is what I can say about German boys.
That's really interesting to know because I didn't come across any
Really?
German
Maybe
boy.
I have an
Let's say,
exceptional German boy here.
who is also
Yes,
very
who's very
sensitive and
sensitive and
emotional.
emotional.
Yes.
But yeah, that are the
And
qualities that I really attracted. That because he's really kind, really helpful. He will do anything to help anybody, not just me, but anybody. He will just go out of his way and help. And he's very kind. He's thinking from his heart. Sometimes he's also very innocent. And as he said, that Indian girls are always doubtful. So in the beginning I was also very doubtful about him, in our relationship. I was like, why is he being so nice with me? I don't deserve this. But that's how they are. I was being my Indian doubtful. So yeah, but German boys are also great guys.
yes, of course. I can say that you can
In
find
every
wonderful
country.
people in
Yeah,
every country and every. You cannot say that all Indians are wonderful and I don't know, all Europeans are not sensitive or something.
exactly.
It would be really stupid to say that. And what about the quality which all Indians, they're very proud, especially Indian men, they all say that we are the most family orientated guys, like when it comes to the family. Yeah, then we marry for life, we never have divorce, we are the best fathers. So
I don't
do you
think
really
so.
agree?
I don't think that, if you're not getting divorced or something, that doesn't mean that you're family oriented. I think that if you're keeping your family nice, safe, making them feel safe with you, and, doing everything for the family, loving them, and keeping the family really happy, that is what family oriented means. Like, I don't think it means that, oh, I'm not getting divorced. That doesn't mean that he is family oriented. Like, I think, yeah.
Yeah. And I actually believe that it's better to get divorced in some cases than to keep yourself unhappy. And there are a lot of cases like that in India, actually. A lot of people don't get divorced because of the society, again, because of parents. It's a big shame. If I'm divorced, no one will
It
marry me
is.
again. And it
Yes.
is like that, actually. I heard from Indian girls who are divorced that it's almost impossible to find a guy who is actually, or maybe also a divorcee one, it's okay. But the one who was actually just
Yeah,
never
exactly.
married,
But
it's
like
almost impossible.
also like the men do not understand this, that if you are not happy and if you're not getting that divorce, this is affecting other people as well in the family, like, because they are not happy with each other, they are angry with each other, they're taking out this anger on the other family members maybe. And maybe if they have kids, they are also not experiencing something nice. It's not a good example for them to have such a relationship. So I would say that Germans are also very family oriented. What do you think about this?
Mm, I think it's a little bit different. Like in the Indian family, everyone is like, meeting very often. Like, for
Often,
example,
yeah.
you're talking to your mom so often, and I'm barely visiting my mom. So it's just like a little bit different. But when it comes hard on hard, that everyone is there for you, and everyone is very supportive, and this is also very important, I think, to support your family whenever whatever decision they are making. Just try to understand why they're doing this decision, why they are choosing this decision, and then just try to support them. And I think that's very important to have, that when you make any decision, that you have people who are having your back, that okay, um, you, they have your back, and that's how it is here in Germany. Basically, I mean, I cannot speak for every family, but that's what it is in our family.
But
Yes.
Yeah,
Indians depend more on their families. Let's say that it comes like for example, I find a guy and then I introduce him, okay, to my family, and then if my family say no, we don't want him to be your future husband, then many I know Indian girls, and if it's okay, a guy also as well for the guys, and they will simply leave their love and for the sake of the happiness of their families, yes. And I wouldn't say the same about Westerners. It can be different. I don't think they
yeah,
depend on the family so much. They are more independent, I would say,
yeah.
especially when
And
it
I
comes
think
to your
also in
personal life.
India, usually the wife is moving in with the husband, with the whole family,
Yeah.
right? And here it's different. I mean, in the area where we are living, it's can happen that you're living with the in-laws, but not in the same house, just in the house next to it or in the neighborhood or something. So this is also something which is a difference, actually. So here it's usually like you go outside, you create your own family, your own memories, your own everything. So and when in India, you just basically go to another household.
Yeah, like we like to go for family get-togethers. Like, if we are not meeting in 3 months, everybody together, then yeah, we decide, okay, let's do a family get-together. Everybody comes together, we eat together. Like, I'm not just talking about my family, but also the extended family. So, or otherwise, like, we also have so many festivals in India that we anyway gather together to celebrate those festivals. So this is nice. This I like. I think the sense of togetherness is really nice in India. But coming to your main question, family oriented, like the boys, if boys are family oriented or not, I would say that Indians are family oriented, but I cannot say that Germans are not. Germans are also equally family oriented. I am talking to my mom really often, but he's also visiting his family every Sunday. So once in a week, he's always making his efforts to go there and build the relationship, and whatever, get the news, what is happening, and yeah.
But it's also different different in India because people still believe
Yes,
in
in India,
arranged
yeah.
marriages. So Indian marriages happen like this way, and it's also a very common thing that everyone live in one house, so like it can be a huge extended family living like all together, and I think it's not easy sometimes. I think even Indian
Yeah,
girls prefer to live
exactly. Indian
separately
girls
now.
also
That's
prefer
what I
like,
heard.
okay, better we have a separate place, and yeah, like it is normal now.
Yes, because
Easy.
it's kind of easier. Like even though
Yeah.
parents-in-law are wonderful people, still like we say, two women in the same kitchen.
We also have that saying, I think. Yeah, but I think it's changing because now the women are also working. So before they were usually housewives, so that made sense that everybody's living together. But now, because everybody needs their own space as well, so now it's kind of changing. It's getting different, but nothing is wrong in that if you are still maintaining a good relationship with both the families. So, yes.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And even from the age point of view, now girls and boys prefer to marry later in India as well. It's like sometimes girls are like around
Yeah.
30 and they're not married, and it's pretty normal. No one in a hurry. A lot of guys who are after 30 and they're still looking. And so earlier it was very different.
Yeah.
So you should be married by 17, 18.
No,
So
it's not
now
the
it's not
same.
the same anymore. Even here it
Oh,
was like this.
really?
Even
Like
in
you
Russia it
have to
was
get
like that.
married
So you
18,
really
19.
like uh, if you go back in time, so yes, people were getting married at 18, like
Wow.
19, so it was pretty normal. I mean, if you go to earlier times, even maybe 16 or something.
Not the
So
case
now it's
anymore.
not the
Now you
case
get married
anymore.
after 25. Always there will be this age factor. I think in India there is this age factor always that when you're slowly coming to your 25 years, 26, then they start thinking about this. They start asking you, oh, now it's the time to get married. Do you have a boyfriend? Or so yeah. Now I think like I'm really glad that a lot of Indian families are getting open-minded.
Yeah, it's the same in Russia actually, that people
Yeah,
will keep asking you why you're not married yet. Something, okay, it's
fine.
like you're not so young anymore. It would be difficult to find someone if you're already around 30, so you should really hurry up. And it's kind of, I think it's a very
Yes,
personal question. So I
correct.
find it really annoying when people start asking, okay, why do you have kids? You're
Wrong.
married
Yeah,
already for one
that's true.
year. What's wrong? And it's quite often. Yeah, and I think people should
Such
really think before
questions. Yeah,
asking
it's
that
our
such
own
question
choice.
because it's like it's it's like how people
Yeah,
decide if they want to have
exactly.
kids or not. And okay, another question. I think both of you like to cook and test different dishes. So, Ritika, how do you like
I
German
think in the
food?
beginning it was hard for me to have anything because it's only basically salt and pepper. But then slowly, I think in the beginning when I didn't need flow, I was not going out and trying different German food because I don't know, it was I think only in my brain that it won't be good, because it's only salt and pepper. And but then slowly and steadily, when I met Flo, we started going out. I think that was our main bonding topic, that we liked food a lot. So we like to go out and go in different restaurants. So he made me try different German food as well. So there is one. So I am not eating pork or beef. I am eating chicken and fish. So it was really hard for Flo
Yeah.
to find a dish that is likable by me, and because here mostly people eat pork. That's the delicacy of Germany, to eat pork, different types of pork. And so yeah, we went to a Bavarian restaurant, and there I tried knödel. It's like ball. It's like balls made up of bread.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Bread. It could be with the potatoes,
Potato.
and then you add like a sauce on top of it which could be like a mushroom sauce, and it's really good. Like that is really flavorful. Even though it's only salt and pepper, still it is really flavorful because of the bread and different things in it, like potatoes, then mushroom, and if I need to add my extra pepper, I just do it. A little bit
Little
red
bit
chili,
red
yeah.
chilies.
And I have these Indian spices, and I'm like, okay, I will put some more. I will put some more. Okay, now it tastes good. But yeah, this is one thing that I really like. Then I also have started enjoying this German breakfast, like with bread, and then you have
Yes.
like some cheese, then some salami, some, these yeah, chicken salami. I'm always eating chicken salami because it's now there are more options now. Before there were not many options to buy these things. So I really enjoy German breakfast and a lot of different types of cheeses. I'm not a cheese person, but still I am trying. He is making me try, like, okay, you have to try because cheese is the best thing in the world. And then I'm like, okay, I will try. So I'm kind of trying to develop my flavors for cheeses. And what else? There's also something called spätzle. It's like mac and cheese, but it's made up of,
without cheese.
yeah, it's not with cheese. And then you can also enjoy it with some sauce. So these are the three things that I really like in the German cuisine.
Making aloo paratha
I
every morning.
love aloo paratha. Oh my god.
I
So
love
good.
myself, but
But it's too much
too much.
efforts to do it.
Yes, yeah, I can see how it is in India that women get up at 5 o'clock in the morning,
Breakfast,
make breakfast for
lunch,
everyone,
dinner.
and it's fresh, and they fresh, and it's like they just cook in
Yeah,
front of
it's
you,
just
and
amazing. The
it's
warm
really.
food. And in Germany, there is not much of a warm food culture. So you eat a lot of cold food like salami bread.
Especially in Bavaria, we are doing those. We like to do like cold food and everything.
Yes, and do you mainly cook
I
Indian
think
dishes at home, or you
50-50.
just
yeah,
mix?
like 50-50, because like we both are working, so I do not have much time to always cook. Or what I like to do is I cook a lot and then eat it for 2 days. So but yeah, we are cooking a lot of times Indian, because if I don't eat Indian, then I don't feel satisfied at all. I'm like, okay, 2 days continuously I'm not eating Indian food, then I'm like, okay, I need Indian food. I'm missing India already.
Yeah, but I would say that Indians, they're very conservative, they're very patriotic about their food. I always keep telling that most of Indians, even if they go abroad, they will look for Indian restaurant, they will cook Indian food. It's like many families, they wouldn't even give it a try
Yes,
to test something different. Like,
Yeah.
oh, our food is the best.
definitely.
Why should we try Italian
Yeah,
or German, whatever, or Russian? And for them,
too bland,
blind is
because
too
I
blind.
think they
They
always
like
grew up with
spices.
those spices, chilies, and everything. So if they have something that is only salt and pepper, they feel like it's too bland. There is no flavor in it. So I can understand, but I am glad that I developed this flavor for different types of foods, and that's why we like to try every cuisine in the world. We go and we experience all the types of cuisine that we want to in all the restaurants near us, around us. So yes. Yes,
They're all
yes,
more
I'm more
open
open. I know my
to test
cousins
it.
visited us, and they were the same. They were like, "Oh my God, this doesn't. It's not spicy at all. I want something spicy. Do you have a spicy sauce?" And in my fridge, I had like a spicy sauce for 6 months, and I had like 2 drops of it, and just in 2 days, my cousins, they just like, okay, the bottle is done, because they were like, there's no spiciness in this food. So yeah, it was nice.
Same for foreigners in India. I think most of them complain even if they ask at the restaurant, okay, don't put too much spices, and because we can't handle it.
Very
Anyway, they end up
spicy,
to
yeah.
eat something very spicy. Yeah, they are used to it. So it's now for me like Russian food is too. I can't eat it. It's like it's there is nothing like only. I always put some spices. I don't like extremely spicy food because when you don't really test it, it's like your mouth is burning, and then it's like I don't understand what is the point to put so much chilies when you haven't tested your dish.
Yeah.
But to add at least like I don't
Spices
know
are good.
spices, yeah. Good.
They're good for your health.
Good
Yes.
for your health.
Spices are good.
And what is your favorite dish, Florian? I just came across your
That's
video
actually
when you are
my
making
favorite dish.
chole bhature, and I was. It is my favorite dish, to be honest. When I go to Punjab, I always eat chole bhature, and I really love it. It's so tasty. It's always very spicy, but it's like gives some charm to this dish. So what's your favorite Indian dish? What do you like?
Like this is my most favorite chole bhature, but I also like to have pani puri. I like to have palak paneer, or somewhere it's called saag paneer. Saag paneer. Also butter chicken, like like all. Just there is a little bit what I don't like. I like everything except I'm not a huge dal fan. So I like more like those creamy stuff, and not this. I'm not a huge dal or lentils fan, or how is it called? Hajmola, this thing. But in general, I like I like everything. I like everything. But if I see on the menu, if there is like a chole bhature, I will always eat chole bhature. And if what is also something special is dosa, very special for me.
The South Indian
The
dish.
South Indian dish.
Yes. So like both South
You
Indian
like
and
South
North
Indian or
Indian?
North Indian?
Both of them. I think more North Indian, because it's more heavier for me. Like the only thing is dosa is so special because you cannot get it around where you're living. So
it's not easy to find here.
It's not easy to find here, so it's like always a special time. But chole bhature is my now I know how to cook it, so.
Because chole bhature is Punjabi. I think Punjabi cuisine is one of the best, I would say, because even in the South India, you will always find Punjabi.
Actually, he never visited South India, so he doesn't know about this. But I know because I was living in South for 2 years, so I know like the flavors are different in the South. Like the same chole bhature that you can find in Punjab, Delhi, or in North India, it tastes different than what you can get in South India. So yeah.
Of course. Not only in South. I remember we went once to Gujarati restaurant and we ordered palak paneer, but it tasted totally different than what we used to. And I asked, come on, what it is? It doesn't taste like palak paneer. So did they cheat us and they made something else? Yes, but it is. They cook it differently. They add some different spices. I think they also add some yogurt or something, which should be there according to me.
Everywhere, but it's different. But like from the South cuisine, I love dosa, I love idli sambar, and the chutneys that they make, like this coconut chutney, and then the spicy tomato coconut chutney. It's really good. I love it. I love also the South Indian cuisine. I love all the cuisines. I love food. We are
foodie. And what about the Indian sweets?
Yes, mostly. There are some who are just like too sweet. For example, the first time when I tried gulab jamun, it was too sweet for me. Like I tried it in a second time and a third time, and now I actually somehow developed the taste. So I'm always ordering gulab jamun because now I like it a lot. And also, but in the beginning it was because it's so different, because the sweetness you have in India, it's totally different than you have it in Germany. Because in Germany we are eating more salty stuff. We are not that sweet persons.
Yes.
So I had to develop somehow a little bit of a sweetness taste. but now I'm a huge fan of those Indian sweets, and sometimes I just don't know how those things are called. Those things when you eat in for festival, the sweets when you eat for festival.
There are a lot of sweets.
There are a lot of sweets.
That
Yeah.
you can eat for festival.
Sometimes it's still too sweet for me, but I really enjoy the Indian sweets a lot. And
Do you mean Kaju Katli?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
Kaju Katli, yeah.
Ah, okay, yes. No, I can understand you very well
Okay.
because I'm not a sweet tooth. To be honest, I'm not a sweet. So when I tried for the first time like jalebi or gulab jamun or rasmalai, I was, oh my God, I can taste only sugar. It's so sweet for me. Now that's why I always prefer to have like, you know, but it's actually Bengali sweet. I didn't know about that. I always try to look for it when we went to Punjab, but I was failed to find it. And then I came to know that it's not possible to find. I like laddu, but I like when it's coconut laddu. And it's like tasty and it's not very sweet. It's kind of, it's really, it's my favorite, but it's only possible to find in
Maybe
Bengal. I
it's
don't know
just
why they
a
don't
big
sell
volley
anywhere
sweet.
else.
Because I don't remember if I ever tried it.
Yeah. Yes, you should try because we used to have friends from Calcutta, and once we went to visit them, and wife made this coconut laddu, and she just gave me a lot of them with me home, and I was eating like once a week, one piece to enjoy it longer because it was so tasty. But I'm not. I like you know sweets which are not so sweet. Actually, I think with nuts
Like
flavor,
somebody in
it's
the
also very
comments
nice.
said that they love masala tea. So I think Flo also loves that.
Yeah.
Tea.
He
Do you
loves
make
it.
masala tea?
Yeah.
I'm also cooking.
You're making it. Yeah.
I am also making it at home a lot of times, and then yeah, I also like it. I love chai. Russia.
Chai,
Chai.
yeah. It's the same in Russia,
Yeah, like
chai.
I come across a lot of people
Yes.
saying chai
So you,
tea, and I'm like, no, you don't say chai tea because chai and tea means the same. So chai means tea in Hindi, you know. So yeah.
yes, yes. So you're more
Yeah,
Indian now
definitely,
than German,
definitely.
I would
Yeah,
say.
Look
yeah.
at the clothes he's
Yeah,
wearing.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
like you say in Hindi,
Dilhe
happy Dilhe
Hindustani, yes.
Hindustani, yeah. Yes, yes. So that's really amazing. Yeah, how people change. Yeah, because with us it was different. I always
Oh
say that
really?
I'm more Indian than my husband, and it was because I into Indian music. I was into Indian movies. When he met me, he didn't watch any Indian movies, no Indian music. And now, actually, I brought him, let's say, back to his roots
So nice.
because without it, if I don't listen to Indian songs, like I have to listen to them every day, and it's like I
Oh
used to
wow,
sing
that's
in
so
Hindi
nice.
all the time, and it's something inside me. So I was always telling my mother that probably my
Yeah, could
previous
be.
life I was Indian for sure. Then how when that that I love Indian culture so much, and it was like she was thinking that okay, maybe she's just a little girl, and it will stop eventually
You
when
always
she
had
grow up.
that
But no,
thrill
it
of
didn't stop.
learning Indian culture and the language. You're so good at it. Dil hai Hindustani, you said. Wow. I think Flo needs to get to that level soon.
I'm sure he will because I can see that he's really willing to learn, and it's a very important thing. I think when you marry someone from a totally different culture, you should really respect each other. You should really willing to learn
Yes.
about each other's cultures, traditions, rituals, celebrate different festivals together. I think
Yes.
it's always it's great actually. You can't experience it when you marry someone from your own culture because
Yeah,
then it's life is much
I think
boring,
it
I would
is
say.
boring.
I'm actually promoting intercultural
Yeah,
relations.
definitely.
Yes. Okay.
It is the best, I think.
Yes,
New,
because you
like
always
you're always
learn
learning
something
something.
new,
So
something
there's
different.
always like a road uphill, not, it's not getting boring. When it starts getting boring, then you get to know another thing and it makes it interesting again.
Yes, of course, of course. That's very important, I think, to respect each other. Yeah. when you're in a culture relation, not to try to change each other, but because I know about Indian guys, I'm talking that sometimes they marry foreigners and they try to change a girl so that they behave like Indian. But then my question is, why not to marry an Indian then? If you're trying to change someone, yeah, I think it's kind of logical to marry someone from your own country. Yes, and another question which I ask everyone, and I think it's also important, and I will ask both of you the same question. Okay, can you please, like, what is your, like, what would you recommend to the girls? Let's start with Ritika, who are in relationship with German guys. It can be Indian girl or maybe any other girl, but let's maybe talk more from Indian point of view, because I think for Indian girls it's something totally different, and not all of them. Like, I can see a lot of couples like this now, and I'm very happy, to be honest, because earlier it was opposite, Indian guy who is married to a foreigner girl. Now I can see a lot of couples, Indian girls married to a foreigner guy, and it actually makes me happy. So there is big changes. So what do you recommend to the girls, like if it's an Indian girl who's in a relationship with a German guy, or let's say like with a foreigner guy, what they should pay attention to prevent maybe misunderstanding, some problems in future, how to understand that man is really serious, because again, Indian guys would behave different than the foreign guys. So
I think
what would you recommend?
Indian girls like to beat around the bush. Like they will not say things very directly. Like if something is bothering them, they will try to beat around the bush and say like, okay, you know, I don't know, I'm not happy, you know, like they will not be direct. And I would say that I think if you're in such a relationship where both of the people are not from the same culture, it's important that you try to communicate, and you also try to understand. Like if the nature of Germans is to be direct and talk about the problem, then the Indian girls should also try to do that in their life as well. Like they should stop beating around the bush, or you know, like something like this I would recommend. And I think communication is the key to everything. If something is wrong, if something is anything, if you want to discuss something, anything, then you just need to talk about it. That's all. I think that is my recommendation. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Because sometimes if you don't say what you really feel, or maybe you don't like something, and you just keep it to yourself, and then you get married, and then you
About
just started getting frustrated about things, then yeah, I think
communication is
communication
everything,
is
I
really,
think,
it's,
especially.
and of course compromises. To make compromises, it's even more
Yes,
important in
yes.
intercultural
Sometimes
relations,
it's
I think.
important to have compromises in a relationship. That okay, yeah, it keeps the relationship stronger, I think.
Yeah. And what
Well, I
is
would
your
say what's
what would you
what's
recommend,
also very
Florian?
important is be respectful with the other one. Like usually they're coming
Yes.
then from a different background. They have a different religion probably, so they have a different routine maybe. So be respectful with that. Be you know, if they're believing on something else, just don't laugh about it. Be respectful to it. Respect it, and you know, also respect their beliefs, and you know, just yeah, and communicate, like also like Ritika said, just talk about it. If there is anything what is bothering you, just be open to talk about it. You need this talking, because otherwise it's you know, it will not work if you're not talking
There
about
will
it.
be a
There will be
miscommunication, and
miscommunication. Yeah, exactly. And this can actually happen, that I'm doing something, and for Ritika, she means that it's not good, but I'm not doing it on purpose. So, which is like, you know, I didn't know about this, which is the miscommunication. And you know, and yeah, just be respectful to each other, and talk about everything. I think this is the most important about it. to have an intercultural relationship.
Yeah, that's true. But is there something special what you would recommend, like to a Western guy who is dating an Indian girl? Maybe
I think
some I don't know, some different approach. How it took longer for you to really show that you are serious. Yeah, so maybe
like
some what can make the relationship more
well,
successful. Let's say.
you have to like somehow to conquer her, you know, to like you know, make her feel good, make her like that you are really interested in her as a person and in her family and in the culture as well. And uh, so this is very important. They want to, you know, also get, I think Indians girl also want to get more pampered. So
Every girl wants to
every
get
girl.
pampered.
Also,
Every girl.
yes, not only
So
Indian
yeah,
girls,
I mean,
yeah.
I think it's just keep trying and, you know, show them their love, and then I think everything else will come automatically.
And I think also the German boys also should understand the culture closely. Like, where do they come from?
Yes.
Why are they behaving like this? It's important that they should
Definitely.
know about these things.
Like one Indian girl wrote in her story that it's even more difficult to approach girls from Delhi, that they're more special. I was wondering what did she mean really? Yeah, because she's also married to a foreigner. Yeah, so it was like she was keeping him in the friend zone for a long time. Yeah, because
Delhi,
being a typical
Delhi girl.
Delhi girl. Yeah, I know. Maybe you know what it means, yeah. So girls from Delhi, they are more difficult, yeah,
They're
to
more
beat the heart.
difficult to get. But like as we discussed about also the friendship, if it takes longer to build, then it's the best one. I would say the same. You know, if the guy takes longer to get the girl, then I think, yeah, in the end it ends good.
Yeah, that's true. And something else I would like to ask you. So you are living
Yes.
in Germany already for 5 years. Can you say that Germany became like your second home now? Does this country change you in any way? Because I believe that we always change. Yeah, it depends where we live. Because if you would live in India, you would also develop something special from Indians. And what about you? Because now you are living in Germany. And do you see your future in Germany, or being an intercultural couple? Would you like, maybe, I don't know, in 5-10 years, try to live somewhere else,
Yeah,
move somewhere else?
I don't know, like, yeah, Germany has become my second home for sure. Now I'm married to this guy over here. Yeah, like I see that, yeah, it is my second home. I feel really comfortable here. I feel really safe here. And yeah, so.
I mean, it's like, you know, living so long in a foreign country. I think you adapt somehow, you know,
Yeah.
some which is changing. What I have noticed, like when we went back to India, that Ritika changed a little bit. So,
In
I
which
mean, in you
way?
know, she changed like um, her personality a little bit, I would say, because here she is more. I mean, even though you're an extrovert, you're a little bit more shy when you're talking to Germans and everything. And there, I could see her, like, you know, talking to the people, negotiating basically everything what you're doing in India. So yeah, and also her behavior to other people changed a little bit. So I think living in a foreign country changed you as well.
I mean, I think it definitely did, because when I came to Germany 5 years back, I was completely a different person. I was working in India. I left my job there. I came here, And then I didn't know cooking, so I learned cooking. So that's actually a big change in me, that now I can cook everything, every Indian dish. Then also, like, with the, I think, like, because I was living away from family, and as an Indian culture, we have this sense of togetherness, always being around. So, like, there was a point that made me more mature, because I was missing my family, but I know that, it's not easy, that whenever I miss, I can just go and visit them. So this thing
Yeah.
also made me really mature, and really understanding, and also with the planning, that okay, every year I have to visit my family once or twice, if it's possible thrice. But yeah, like, the main thing that changed in me was the maturity, how I treat people. I also started before, like, I think I was more like chill, not worrying too much in my life. But when I came to Germany, I started thinking more about life, and like, because I was alone here, and what is going to be my future, the maturity, and in the end, yeah, it's the maturity factor that came in me and changed me.
Yeah, I think the most difficult part when you are living away from your family, especially
Yeah,
in a third country, and that you can't see your family often as you want.
yeah,
And yeah, this is difficult, yes, I would say, especially with all these
yes,
corona things which were happening for 3 years, haven't traveled, and then
yeah,
so many
like,
restrictions, and it was
yeah,
possible to see our dear ones, and I
yeah.
was going crazy.
Like,
It
especially that
was
time,
really
it
difficult.
was really hard for me. Like, I was like, I want to go, but I know it's not nice, it's not healthy if I go there. So yeah, like, it was not that nice. And like Flo mentioned, that I am changing myself in India, because I think, like, I am not the same like I'm here in India, or I'm not like the same like I am in India here, because I think I'm still trying to understand the people here. Like, I cannot be as open. I am still understanding that, if I will be as open I am in India, maybe that's not what they like. Because sometimes in my
Yeah.
friends that are like not really close, but also are my friends, I behave openly, and then I am regretting it. I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been like that. So maybe that could be the reason why, like, so, like, I'm still understanding the culture. I don't want to offend anybody here, so that's why I am talking less, or like, being shy to say something. So this is something that also changed for me.
Yes, of course. And Florian, would you like to live in India for some time? Would you accept this
Yes,
opportunity
definitely.
if you get a chance?
I would just pack my suitcase and
Yes.
go. Yeah, yeah. I would
Are you
just
ready right now?
because I have been there now for 6 weeks, and I just loved it. Like, I really can't imagine myself there living. I just don't know for how long. I mean, being there away on the other side of the world, maybe 1, 2, 3, 5 years. Who knows? Maybe I want to stay there for 20, 30 years. But at least I want to try it. Like, I really want to try it. I also want to experience the country. I want to see more from the country, which is quite hard if you just have 2 or 3 weeks left, and you also want to spend the most time with the family and everything. So, but I also want to see the country because it's very beautiful. And actually, my or our goal would be to live there once in, I don't know, in 5 or 10 years or something, and just try to settle down there as well, and see
Yes.
how we will manage it and how it will go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best thing, like to have an opportunity to
six
live, like, let's say,
months in
6 months in
India,
Germany,
like, I think
6 months
I'm
in India.
thinking, I'm dreaming about
That
that.
option. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
many
I'm
couples,
dreaming
yes.
about that. Like, I think these days it's
Yeah.
even possible if both of the people have a home office, then it's possible to work
Yeah.
also longer in a different country. So yeah, that's our dream, that we hope that one day it's possible to do that, 6 months here and 6 months there. Because I think I would like to live in India, of course, because when I left India, I was in a different zone. Now I'm in a different zone, and I would love to go back to India, but also at the same time, I don't want to miss anything also in Germany. So I like the lifestyle over here. The lifestyle is different there. Now I'm adopting to the lifestyle over here. So yeah, it would be nice to have 6 months, 6 months.
Yes, of course. And now I think it's even easier because a lot of people started working from home, a lot of freelancers, so you can just
Yeah.
take your laptop and go to somewhere, I don't know, to some island and work from there. So no
Yeah.
problems at all, and come back home. I think that's the best option. And in the end, I think I got a few questions
Yes.
for you. Let me just see that day. So one question is there: how do you solve your problems when it arises from one of you guys? So when you are fighting, for example, or disagree, or you don't
No,
fight,
I
it's
think
also
in
possible.
every relationship you fight. But I don't know, like we always try that we are communicating our problems. Sometimes this could be a problem between us because we are different, we are raised differently. I am very communicative. I like to talk about everything, like even something that is embarrassing, I like to talk about that. But for example, he likes to ignore things sometimes. Not always he ignores, but like if we have a problem, then definitely he will communicate. But if there is something small that is bothering me, but he doesn't know about that, then maybe that's embarrassing to discuss, then he will prefer that we ignore that topic. But I make sure that we talk about everything possible. Every small
Every
thing,
small thing.
every small
Yes.
thing. So yes.
Yes, that's very important indeed. And there is one more question, so I think it's very important, especially for Indians, I would say, how to convince the families if there is any animosity
Okay,
between
yeah,
them.
like that is a really hard question actually. Like, we come from a very rich culture. Sometimes our elders don't understand that, it's fine to marry intercultural people or people from different culture. It's fine, it's totally fine. In the end of the day, we are humans and we have a heart. So in the end, doesn't matter. And when it comes to communication, when it comes to convincing them, I think again I would say it's the communication. It's always possible to make the parents understand that the society doesn't matter. In the end, we all are living together. Like it's the family who will help you if you're in a problem. It's not the people, like the neighbors will not help you when there is a problem. But in India, neighbors also help. But anyway, like I would say that it's the best to communicate. Do you have any opinions?
Well, it's like Ritika said, it's like very important to communicate. I think um, you showed them also that you're very happy with me. So they could see that it was very, that like she's happy with me and I can take good care of her. We also didn't do it like, surprising them somehow, like just do little steps,
Steps by steps.
step by step, just not to fall with everything in the door, like how we say it here. So it's just like do it a little bit. Should
Step
take
by
step by
step.
step. Should take long time. They need to get used to it. Maybe if you surprise them with like here is the one, they will be like, oh no. But if you do it a little step, step, and then they can get used to it, they can imagine, they can talk to each other about it, and they can change then their mind actually. So I think it's also important to take some time, because you have to understand also for them like that it's not easy for them to accept it maybe. So you have to give them the time, you know, get used to it, get to know to this one, and you know, so I think time is also very important.
Yeah. And also our like channel like ours colorfully is also very important because you can show some examples that see some intercultural relationships exist and they are successful. So
Yes, that's my aim actually, and I'm
definitely.
going to continue because I'm impressed with so many wonderful people, and if I would start this, I think I would never know all of you, and I'm truly blessed, I would say, yeah, and I really want to see all of you,
That
to
would be
meet
so
you, just spend time
nice.
together. I
That
think
would
it
be
would be
so
amazing.
great to do that, but
Yeah.
you're doing a great job.
And I see one more question. Okay, it was, I think, written in Russian. Yeah, so it was, which countries would you like to visit, really, like your dream country? Okay, at least one.
For mine, it's Japan. Yeah, yeah.
Japan. Oh, that's an interesting country
Yes.
indeed. And it's so advanced. It's like when I see what they have already,
Yeah,
never ever
exactly.
tried
For
it
me,
yet.
I want to travel the world. So Japan is in my list, Korea, then also South America and also USA. I haven't traveled a lot. I have been to a lot of places in Europe and India, but apart from that, not many countries I've visited. So yes, I in my list a lot of countries. How we are going to do it, we don't know, but one day.
Yes, I'm with you. If I could, really, I can't live without traveling. This is something. It's like I can travel every day. If it would be
Yes,
possible, I would
so
just pack
nice.
my
Like you
luggage
learn, you
and
get to
go.
learn so many things.
But yeah, to meet new people, to experience new cultures, like to see different places, history. Like I really love historical places where you can really feel like you are 200 years ago, like something special in the air. Like, yeah, but it's really amazing. Yeah. So I can see that we are invited to Kazakhstan. Yes.
Yeah,
It's actually
so
also a very
nice.
beautiful country. Kazakhstan, yes. Yeah, there is so much to see in the world indeed. It was really great talking to you today. I really enjoyed a lot, and to share totally different experience, because mostly I share, that when the husband is from India and wife is foreigner. So today we discover another like part when the wife is from India and husband is a foreigner. So I really learned a lot of new things, and I'm sure our listeners as well. I saw a lot of comments. I'm sorry, guys, if I ignored some of them. Okay, I didn't really ignore. I was very absorbed in the conversation because I really enjoyed a lot. I always get a feeling that when I talk to someone, like I know you for many years. So
I love
it's not
it.
that I just met.
I
Like,
love talking to you also, and I think what
so
you're
it's
doing is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your support, because I'm a type of person, sometimes I'm so fascinated. Oh, I have to continue. I should do it. It's so nice. I'm meeting so many nice people, but sometimes I like when I feel down, I
No,
just,
you're
why I'm
doing a
doing all
wonderful
this?
job.
Who really needs it?
Definitely.
So,
It's
so that's why when I feel support, it actually motivates me even more. Yeah, that's why I really want to continue. It's really amazing. The most amazing part of it, that I met so many
I
wonderful
hope one
friends.
day we
So
could
I'm very
meet really.
grateful to
Like maybe
everyone.
you can do a meet and greet and everybody can come and then we meet. Everybody who is in Europe, we can meet.
Yes, for sure. I would love to meet you. Yeah, if you ever come again to the Netherlands, please. We often go to Germany, but
Today.
unfortunately not to the south of Germany. It'll be too far. Yes, we like this weekend we went like we just go to the nearby, to the cities which are nearby, just not so far from the border. So I would love to go again to the south, because there are a lot of
Yeah,
beautiful
there are a lot of
places,
beautiful
of
places in
course.
the south. So
So
you are most
I'm sure
welcome to
we
come
will
to
meet
Germany
somewhere.
in the south.
Maybe it
Yeah,
would be, yeah, who
yeah.
knows? You never know if you go same time, I just see a comment from my friend. She's actually also married. She's from Russia and married to Punjabi, and she used to live in Punjab for a few years. Now in the USA, and I just saw her comment. It was very interesting to hear about communication. It always been very difficult for me to get along with the Indian girl. I think because you never know what is really in their mind.
That's true. It's important. So actually, like, the men should actually force women to just talk their mind, what is going on, you can share with me, how do you feel, so that is a good point to get to know the girls of India, of
Yes.
Delhi.
Yes, that's true. Yes, it's very important, I think. And not only with your partner, even with your friends, you should express what if you don't like something or if you like something, because not everyone can understand what you really feel.
I agree.
Yes, that's true. So I would like to thank you again for your time. I really enjoyed a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. We enjoyed like a lot.
Yeah, let's
Please keep in touch. Yes. And maybe we could do another interview in the future with different questions.
For sure. Always open to it. I also started organizing interviews, like inviting a few couples, for example, and talk about the particular topic, not just about everything. Of course, it can take 4 or 5 hours, but just to pick some interesting topic and just discuss and share different views, different opinions. I think it's important. So we will surely keep in touch, and I'm very positive that we will meet. I believe that we meet different people with some purpose. It's not happening just like that. So there is something behind it. So if I came to know you, that means we will meet. Not only just screen. Yes, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thanks a lot. Yes, it's very sunny today. Wonderful day, especially for us to go for finally. Yeah, and thanks a lot to everyone
for supporting.
who were
Thank
with
you for
us.
coming in this live. Thank you so much, and thank you for your questions. I hope we answered everything nicely.
Yes, it was the best, really. Yes, even I came to know so many new things for myself because because I was in love with Indian culture for many years, but I never get the chance to live in India because it's also a different experience. And of course, I don't know so much maybe about German culture, about Germans. Okay, I have some friends, I go there often, but I'm not living there again, so it's also different. So of course, you guys shared so many new and interesting and I think very useful things, and I'm sure your experience will help many Indian girls who are dreaming about foreigner partners. I'm getting a lot of messages from Indian girls as well that they also want to marry someone outside India. So I'm sure that they see such a positive example, they would think, oh yes, it can work out. Right. Yes, of course. Yes, it depends on both people, of course. If both are willing to respect, to sacrifice, to compromise, so everything is important. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Have a wonderful day. Have a nice walk in your wonderful sunny place. I think it's also sunny in Germany. I would. Yes. And it's a holiday for you. You're lucky from that point. Okay, let's keep in touch.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
फिर मिलेंगे.
Bye. See you. Bye. फिर मिलेंगे. Wow. I really love when you speak Hindi. If like when you
next time we talk, I will know more. Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next time we meet, you will speak at least 5-10 minutes in Hindi. Okay. Prepare that. You can practice with Ritika, of course. In the meantime, that would be really nice because it's really amazing. Especially I love singing.
Which is your favorite song?
I'm just looking for someone who loves singing. My favorite song. It's actually a difficult question. I like old Indian songs the most. But I love Ghazal a lot, and I think my favorite singer was always
Okay.
Jagjit
Yeah.
Singh. I
The
really,
old songs are always
if
iconic.
I
They are really nice songs.
yes, and I think my favorite one is Волгоградский Каштиво
Okay.
Баришка
I
Ван.
am not sure if I know that, but I think I know that. Yeah. I probably
You
heard
probably
it. I
heard
think
it,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. It's a
Wow, you speak so
very
nice
beautiful song,
Hindi.
yes, indeed. Do you like singing? But do you
No, I don't
like
like.
yourself singing? No, that's a pity because I really looking for someone that who is also into singing
No,
or who can
I
at least
can't.
sing a little bit with
I
me.
can dance.
Oh, really? Then we can
Yes,
combine. You will
that
dance
would
and
be
I will
nice.
sing. Yes, nice.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I like Punjabi singers. Yes, Punjabi. I like as well. Yes, I love Punjabi music. Yes, you can't sit peacefully if you hear
Yeah,
Punjabi
true,
tune.
true.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I will not
Thank you
Thank
no
you.
longer.
also.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. फिर मिलेंगे.
Okay.
Bye.
See
Then
you.
Melengi. See you again.